All right. I think so. My screen is visible to you, everyone. I mean, you can
Yes,
Yes,
just.
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. So it's visible.
Ma'am.
Uh, s- all right. So screen is here to you. This is the worksheet that we are going to start today. First of all, and discuss about the answers. Right. This was already given to you as your homework.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can see the objective of this one worksheet. Okay, as we are going to discuss about this one worksheet, and obviously we need to prepare ourselves for the
Assalamu
papers
alaikum,
as
ma'am.
well. Walaikum assalam. We need to prepare ourselves for the paper as well. So one by one, please, I would be taking the names of you, and you can just unmute and share the responses with me, and also tell me the reason that why you are going to select that option if I'm going to ask a question from you. Okay, so this worksheet is already in your resource pack that was also assigned as your homework, right? So objective of this worksheet, you can see that you would be able to describe how the solubility of different salts varies with temperature. Yes, Manal, you want to say
Ma'am, I'm not.
something? Ji Manal, are you not able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I've shared it, so maybe you have joined late. Let me share it again. And if after sharing again it would not be visible to you, maybe due to the network issue, it would be just visible to you. Ji, is it visible right now, Manal?
Yes.
All right. So in this worksheet, it's the first question. What term is given to a substance that can dissolve in a particular liquid? Ji Ahmed, you can share the answer.
Ma'am, actually, I am having this handout, but it's with the different text and solubility of solids and are soluble in the water. But the code is same.
Okay. So Ahmed, which of the option you have selected for it?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I don't have this handout,
Ma'am,
but I
write it.
think it would be in soluble. Ma'am.
Okay, you're not having the handout, but you think it's soluble, right? So you are right, Beta. What term is given to a substance that can dissolve in a particular liquid? Yes, it's soluble. You're right. Okay. So in a next term, Ahmed, you are already there, so you can just unmute and share the answer of second one as well. In a solution, what term is given to the
Somebody there.
liquid?
Ma'am, solvent.
Be consistently do our
Yes, it's
homework.
solvent. All right. And obviously, we shouldn't discuss these two further because you all would be clear about that. That what is soluble, and what is solvent. Okay, number three. Yes, Nalmeen, you can unmute yourself and please share the answer of three. In a solution, what term is given to the solid that has dissolved?
Solute.
Okay, you are saying solute. Yes, it's correct. Solute is the correct option, Nalmeen. Right. You can also share for number four. Please read the question and share your response.
Okay, ma'am. For most solid solutes, what happens to the solubility as the temperature increases?
Hmm.
Mm, the solubility increases.
The why
Yes,
using to
solubility increases. You are right. Okay, if I will be asking that what is the reason that why solubility is
the
being
why
increased in
using
this
to
case? Yes, Arsalan, I think so. You are raising hand. Please tell me. Arsalan, can you give the answer? Please unmute yourself and give me the answer. That voice solubility increases by increasing the temperature. Okay, I think Arsalan is not there. Hamdan. Hamdan, you can unmute yourself and give me the answer. Why solubility
Ma'am,
increases? Okay.
when
Yes.
temperature increases, the water particles move faster and rapidly, so they carry the grain of the substance more further
Hmm.
and
Exactly, very right. Good. So this reason is also mentioned on your book. All right, this is the correct one. Right. Why is it important to code solubility at a given temperature? Tathi Fatma, you are raising hand. Please go for five option and share the correct answer. Yes, Tathir, are you there? Please unmute yourself. We are talking about why is it important to code solubility at a given temperature. So which of the three options we should select? Yes, Tathir.
I forgot.
Okay, Momina. Momina, you can unmute yourself, please.
Ma'am, because the solubility depends on the temperature.
Hmm. Yes, solubility depends on temperature. All right, and obviously, first option could not be there because some substances only dissolve at low temperatures. No, there is no substance that can dissolve at low temperatures. Mean we can increase the rate of solubility by increasing the higher temperature. So obviously, we have to select the third one. Ji Momna, number six. You are there, Momna. You can just unmute and read the
Yes.
question and share the answer of number six as well. What will happen to a hot
What
saturated solution of copper sulfate as the temperature decreases?
Ma'am, the solvent will evaporate.
Okay, you think the solvent will evaporate. All
it
right.
will ma'am, won't there be crystals formed because copper
Yes, ma'am.
sulfate is technically a mineral?
Yes, ma'am. And when the temperature decreases, it allows to solidify the substance.
All right. So, yes, the correct option is crystals will form. Okay. So, yes, Naveen, will you repeat the reason again? What's the reason why crystals will form?
Mm, ma'am, because copper sulfate is actually a mineral, and when as a liquid it cools down, it solidifies and turns into crystals.
Yes, exactly. Right. That's the reason. So,
No,
correct
ma'am,
option
only
is crystals
12
will
days
form.
are left
Okay.
for
So,
the
G, next
exams.
question, it's number seven. Using the graph below, graph is on your right side of the worksheet. What is the mass of potassium nitrate that would form when 50 grams of a saturated solution at 80 Celsius was cooled to 40 Celsius? Yes, G. So, Tathir Zara, please unmute yourself. Are you there? Please share the answer of number seven. No? Okay. So those who are there, just they can raise their hand and I can take the name of them. So quickly we can just, because today my aim is to discuss four of the worksheets that were already assigned, right? Yes, Ahmed,
Will be 46 grams.
46 grams. Okay.
Won't it be 8 grams?
Okay. Naveen is saying 8 and you are saying Aman it's 46. Anyone else? Yes, for the answer of 46 or 8. G Tathi.
Ma'am, 46 grams.
Okay, Tawassal is also saying 46. Naveen, why do you say
Ma'am,
8?
because when the solution at 80 degrees centigrade, at 40 degrees centigrade, it's 60 grams. And if you look at the pattern of the line, and if you apply that same pattern to, if you apply that same pattern to the 50 grams place, then when it comes down to 40, it'll be near zero. So that means that 8 grams is the closest answer.
Yes, 8 grams is the correct answer. 8 grams is the correct answer. You are right. Like if we are measuring, we can see that 20 at the 20 Celsius, it's just going up to like we are doing a potassium nitrate pink one. Okay, so for 20, it's almost 20. If we are moving forward towards 50, so when 50 grams of saturated solution at 80 Celsius, we are talking about 50. So right, it would be 8 grams. That means it's not 8 gram. How you are saying beta 8 gram? If we are measuring the graph, so for 20 it's actually 20, right? So for 40 it's just moving up in the case of 40. So in the 50 it would be around about 46. How do you say it's 8? I'm not getting it.
Ma'am, because the gram number is different. It's 50 grams.
Yes, so this solubility is given in 100 grams of water. All right, so they are saying that its solubility is also being decreased to the 50 gram. So yes, here we got the reason for the correct option. It's 8 grams. That was the reason about it. Okay, so we are moving forward towards question number 8. How do you describe the change in solubility of sodium sulfate and sodium hydrogen acetate at temperatures above 40 Celsius? G. So three options are given to you. Please go through it and just tell me that which of the correct option is there. Yes, the people, those who are raising hand, Tathir Fatma, please unmute yourself. G. Tathir, unmute yourself. Tathir, I think so there is some problem with your mic. You're not unmuting or maybe you're speaking but we are not able to hear. So, Hamdan, are you there? Anyone else, please raise your hand so I can see you and then I can call you. That would be easier for me. Narveen, you are only raising your hand, so yes, please, you can tell the answer of question number 8.
I think the answer of question number 8 is the second option.
As the temperature increases, the solubility of sodium sulfate decreases and that of sodium hydrogen arsenate increases. Exactly, it's the second option. You are right. But as I have given this one worksheet as homework as well, so that's why we are not going to discuss
Ma'am,
more
can
in
we print
detail.
it?
G. Okay, question number 9 is there which substances solubility changes most with temperature? Circle the alphabet. Like you can just, you have to circle whether Z, X or Y. So which substances solubility changes most with temperature? Yes. Who want to share the answer of this? Naveen, Manal, Arsalan. Arsalan, please you can unmute yourself.
Ma'am, Z.
Ma'am,
G. Arsalan, we are talking about question number 9, beta. And which
ma'am,
Okay. Manal, you can also unmute and tell me which alphabet we should select.
X.
Okay. You are saying X, and you know X is denoting sodium sulfate, right? Y is denoting this one substance, that's hydrogen arsenate, right? So the correct option is sodium hydrogen arsenate. Beta, it's just in changing most as we are changing the temperature. Till here the temperature is same, but if the temperature is being increased, so it's also increasing the most, because you can see a high curve over there. It's increasing with higher curve. Okay, number 10, why does the temperature scale on a solubility graph range from 0 Celsius to 100 Celsius? Yes. What is the, yes, Ahmed?
Ma'am, it would be the first option.
It would be first the solute freezes below 0 Celsius and evaporates at 100
Excuse me,
Celsius.
ma'am.
Ma'am, first one.
Ma'am.
जी.
How come the solute freezes below 0 degrees and evaporates at 100 degrees? Won't it be
Yes.
water solidifies at 0 degrees and boils at 100?
Yes, same thing
Ma'am, but the
I
substitute
am
can
going
be
to.
accept than water as well.
Yes, Ahmed, there was just a confusion in the option beta. It's written the solute, so it's not the solute freezing point, it's just the freezing point of solvent. Okay, so that's why we are going to select the third one option. Water solidifies at 0 Celsius and boils at 100 Celsius. This is the correct option. Okay, so moving forward towards the next worksheet.
Ma'am, what is the correct option for question number 2?
Question number 2. Anaya, for this beta, because my aim is to discuss all of the 4 worksheets, so it will be taking a lot of time if I'm going to repeat it again. The recording will be shared in the group. Those who have joined later, they can go through the recording to go through that worksheet again, right? That would be
Okay.
should be one. So next is this one worksheet that you can see on your screen. Right, this is what we are going to discuss now. So all of you are suggested to open this one worksheet if you have done not done. So screen is here, you can go through it. The objective is that describe the diffusion of gases and liquids as the intermingling of substances by the movement of particles. Fill in the blanks. How quickly diffusion happens depends on the yes. Who wants to share the answer? Please raise your hand. How quickly diffusion happens depends on the yes,
Temperature?
Arsalan.
Temperature.
Temperature. All right, it's temperature. Depends on the temperature. Okay. And then after the particle, Ji Arsalan, you can unmute yourself. If you have done the worksheet, you can just hear the answers. Okay.
Not done the work.
Not done. Ji Ahmed, you can unmute yourself.
Ma'am, it would be the size of particle, the particle.
Okay. How quickly diffusion happens depends on the. You are saying for the first one, it's size of particle, or for the second one?
Ma'am, second one. Second one.
Yes, second one. Particle size. So we can just depends on the temperature, particle size, the state of the matter of the diffusing substance, and the difference in what's the difference in
Distance?
difference in between the area of high and low concentration. So what's the difference in? Isn't it concentration, right? So I can just means speak up the answer. You can just match your answers. So I'm going to repeat for the first one. How quickly diffusion happens depends on the temperature, particle size, the state of matter of the diffusing substance, and the difference in concentration between the area of high and low concentration. At higher temperatures, the particles are moving more. G. Aslanio.
Faster.
Yes, more faster. They more faster. The particles are moving. This means that they can travel.
Farther?
Yes, they can travel farther, and they can travel farther and faster out when it is warm than when it is colder. So, yes, at higher temperatures, the particles, I am repeating the second one, at higher temperatures, the particles are moving more.
Faster.
Faster.
Okay, so they travel
Farther.
farther
Farther
when it
and
is warm than when it is
Cold.
Colder.
warm, then
That
yes, then when it is cold, exactly. This means that they can,
Diffuse.
Spread or
Spread out. Diffuse.
okay, this means that they can diffuse out faster. So the rate of diffusion is faster. G. Ahmed.
Faster.
I was just going to say the last one.
Okay. Yes, this means that they can diffuse out faster. So the rate of diffusion is faster. So we are done with question number one. Next is delete the incorrect words. Diffusion happens more quickly in gas or in solid? In gas, ठीक है? Then in liquid. So you should cross out solid. It's gas, right? This is because the particles in a gas are
further
Farther
closer,
apart.
apart.
yes, further apart. Exactly, further apart. A gas particle can travel a long way before it gets slowed down or speed up.
Slow down.
slow
Slowed
down.
down, slowed down by hitting another particle. In liquids, the particles are
Closer together.
Um,
Closer
further.
together.
yes closer together, so they collide
More.
Less often. Less
More
often. Oh wait, no, they collide more often.
more often.
More.
yes more often, and the diffusion is slower or faster.
Slower.
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 Slower, so it should be less often, na? If they are colliding more often, so they will be more faster, na? So slower means less often they are colliding with one another, right? In the case of liquid, because from the starting we are just comparing the diffusion between gases and liquids. So what is the reason of slowing down in liquid as compared to the gases? Why can't diffusion happen in a solid?
Ma'am, because solvent can dissolve quickly.
Yes, because solid particles are tightly packed with one another, okay, so they cannot move freely. So if they cannot move freely, so they cannot even collide with one another and diffusion cannot occur, right? Question number four, given that bumping into other particles slows diffusion down, would you expect diffusion to happen faster if the particles are smaller or larger? So which of the option you are going to select?
On that larger.
Larger, okay. What others are saying?
Ma'am,
Larger,
smaller.
okay. Ji Hamdan, why smaller, beta?
Ma'am, it's true.
Because size is smaller, so they can easily diffuse.
Yes, exactly. Yes, Ahmed, what do you want to say?
Ma'am, that the smaller particles make less surface area than the larger particles.
Yes, exactly. Smaller because smaller particles are less likely to bump into each other or to collide with one another. This is the correct option for that question. Okay, question number 5. In which particle model would the red dye diffuse the fastest? Arrange the pictures in order of rate of diffusion, starting with the slowest first. Blue one is a water particle. Okay, so they have denoted blue and red particles. All right, so you need to tell in which one red dye will be diffusing the fastest, and you need to arrange them starting from the lowest first. Yes, किसमें diffusion ज़्यादा जल्दी होगी? You just need to arrange them. What do you think? There would be more space, so more diffusion, because we are saying that we were saying that solid will not able to diffuse. So what's the reason? Because there is no space between the particles. Okay. So to whom you will be linking with the fastest one? G Ahmed.
Ma'am, I guess it is E.
Ma'am, can I share the
Yeah.
answer?
G.
Ma'am, firstly B is the slowest, then D,
Ma'am, B.
then
B.
C, then J, then E, and then F.
Yes, where you are able to see most of the space, their diffusion will be fastest, isn't it? So when you are needed to arrange them starting from the slowest, right? So in which tightly packed particles are there, like you can see in B and D, so their diffusion will be just like B is first and then D, and then according to that it would be arranged from lowest and then fastest in the case of E, right? Fastest in the case of E or fastest in the case of F? I'm having one question. Because in E you can see there is one particle, and in F there are three particles but they are smaller. जी. So fastest कहाँ पे होगा बेटा? E में या F में?
Ma'am, F.
Ma'am, in
In F.
F.
In F. So what's the reason?
Because
Because
they are smaller particles that they want to collide with
Yeah,
each
ma'am,
other
there are
more often.
smaller particles in E. F.
yes, because of their size, exactly. Okay, question number 7. Why don't all particles at the same temperature diffuse at the same rate? I think so. We are lacking with time, so I should just be sharing the answer
What is the
with you.
size?
G. Okay, why don't
Size
all
of the
particles at the same temperature diffuse at the
Ma'am,
same
can
rate?
you send the screenshot? Call the size of the particles.
Yes, and just according to the answer key, it's that the different particles have different sizes which affect their rate of diffusion. So larger and heavier particles diffuse more slowly than as compared to the smaller particles. Okay. So question number 7 is that is diffusion the same as mixing? Explain your answer. So diffusion is totally different than mixing. It's not same as mixing. Diffusion is the movement of particles from the area of higher concentration to the area of lower concentration, and mixing is the process of combining two or more substances together. So that's the definition of mixing. But diffusion is the movement from higher to lower concentration area. Question number 8. How is the spread of fire through a forest similar and different to the diffusion of particles? So the spread of fire through a forest is similar to the diffusion, like we can link it with diffusion in that case because it involves the movement of something obviously that's fire from one place to another. However, the spread of fire is not like can be linked with concentration gradient, but it is how it like what is the reason of spreading of fire? It can be the wind as well, or it can be the availability of fuel as well. So yes, it can be linked with the diffusion of particles, but it cannot be linked with the concentration gradient, right? So this could be the answer of question number 8. So two worksheets we have done. Actually, we are left with these two, and this is 1.11.1a. Sorry, I think I also gave you this one worksheet as the homework.
Yes, ma'am.
This
Yes,
this
ma'am.
was also given to you as your homework. So I would suggest you to go through these worksheets again tomorrow we will try that we should discuss these two as well, and then we will moving forward to a chromatography, and then we will start the revision from the first topic again. Okay. So Allah Hafiz, see you tomorrow. As time is just going to
Allah
go, you need to take your next
Ma'am.
class.
Ma'am, is tomorrow off?
Ma'am,
For
didn't we just get a notification saying that it's school tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
when you got the notification?
Ma'am, like a
Ma'am,
few minutes
right
ago.
now, like, yes.
I was also saying same thing. There shouldn't be off because it's just according to whether it's suitable weather condition. There was no problem with that. But see what the government will be doing. We are going to follow that, right? So if there will be notification that will be shared with you. That's good if the schools will be open.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Okay,
see,
ma'am.
okay, beta. We are waiting for the notification. Then you will be updated, right? G. Ahmed, do you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
say something? No. Okay. So, all right, beta. You would be late for your next class. Okay. So, Allah Hafiz. You can just end the meeting.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am. Allah Hafiz, ma'am.